Hey, Gearheads, it's 8 o'clock on the East Coast on a Wednesday. That means it's time for this week of Gear Report, where we talk about everything that has happened at Gear Report since the show last Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. I don't think that's actually much this week. It has been a week of other priorities taking time from me, and I am not actually sure that we have had anything published in the interim. It looks like we have not. So that's going to change the format of the show just a little bit. Compounding on top of that, we have got a little bit of slackness on my part. Wrestling season just started. I'm one of the local high school coaches, so I was actually at practice until 15 minutes ago. It was like, oh, that's why my phone is beeping at me. The show starts soon. And I just created the link and sent it out to the other folks who would normally join me on the show. So it could very well be that I was too late getting the link out to anyone and no one else joins me. So in which case, if you're out there, please leave a comment, say hi. Let's get a little discussion going because we don't have any new articles to publish at this point. So there's nothing on our typical agenda of recently published articles is available to talk about just yet. So what we will do is kind of dive into some things that are coming. And I can tell you that we have a night vision article. It's called How to Choose the Right Night Vision that will be published probably tonight or tomorrow morning. And then a Maven RS.2 scope review. That's a lightweight 2x10 hunting scope that Caleb is working on. We have one Autobots 3/4-inch D-ring Mega Shackles preview. That is from Karamy, from Kim and Jeremy. So that's going to be a D-ring shackle for a Jeep. They also have another Molly Platform Solutions medium mount rail is what this one is for a Jeep JKU. So those are in the queue. Oh, we've actually got quite a few things here. Things that are already pending in the queue, which means that if I would have published them instead of going to wrestling practice, we'd have something to talk about. TJ has an EOTech 512 review. So if you like those that type of optic, those are all pending or going to be published in the next day or two. I'll probably release 2 of them tomorrow and then schedule the next 2 for the next day and see if we can't get a little bit of momentum going on publishing some more stuff. I've also got more video. I've actually got a couple videos left from the Fire Expo at the end of January. We've got Right on Optics. So big shout out to our sponsor, Right on Optics. We've got a video that we're going to drop on the time we spent with them at their booth. That should be coming up within the next probably today's Thursday or Wednesday, maybe by the end of this week, maybe early next week. We'll have to see. And then we've got some additional videos from The Gathering, the big show we went to a few weeks ago in South Carolina. So those videos are on the way, as well as a whole variety of other things. Anyhow, that is pretty much where we are for the show tonight. We'll give it a few minutes and see if anyone else logs in to join the discussion. I hope so, because I don't have a ton to talk about. But I'll tell you what, while we are waiting, I'm going to show you some new toys. I'm not allowed to handle firearms since this is live on YouTube. But I did get, I got some new guitars. I'm going to show you those while we're waiting to see if anyone else joins us here. All right. Yeah, a little different than the stuff we normally talk about here, typically outdoor gear. But, since we don't have any outdoor gear that has been published, the reviews in the last few days, we'll go ahead. Let me get rid of that banner. Let's so we can see the screen a little bit better here. We'll go ahead and talk about this. We have a Gibson Les Paul. And you can see something, if you know guitars at all, then you will notice the tuners are bizarre on this. They call these gearless tuners. So you look at those, it's just a straight cylinder that goes through. All right, so that is the Gibson Les Paul. This is a Gibson Sg, and it has the traditional type of tuners that have a little gear reduction, a little gear in here, and then the shaft coming out the side. So you turn these to do the tuning, whereas on these, they're called Steinberger gearless tuners. They just turn, when they rotate, it either pulls this shaft down or lets it up and tightens or releases tension on the strings. So let's see, driving home from work as usual. And I think it appears that's what TJ is doing right now. TJ would normally be, I'd be TJ's sidekick on the show, but he is driving back from a job. Repro Les Paul or vintage? This Les Paul is a 2013 model. It started life. This is actually kind of a neat story. If you understand anything about kind of how the Gibson Les Pauls work, they had in 2013, I think 2018 as well, maybe a couple times they've done some themed, they do themed guitars every year, but they did some themed ones where they did different decades. So I think they had a 50s model, they had a 60s model, 70s. They did some various like that. And then they also did they called it the Future model. This started life as a Future, and that's why we have the Steinberger gearless, the straight pull tuners. But the guy who bought it, the Future, didn't have a pick guard, so he put a pick guard. It's a professional musician out of Nashville that owned this, and he put Seymour Duncan, Seth Lover pickups in it, which is a fairly significant upgrade, I understand, and lowered the action a fair amount. And he did the string over at the bridge here. Instead of pulling straight through, he went up over to get a little better break angle over the tailpiece, or over the bridge here, the tailpiece. I mean, he pulled the strings over the tailpiece, so it's a less of a break angle over the bridge. So he did a few of those things to it and played the crap out of it. You know, unlike what you see oftentimes in the firearms world where people will build a brand new gun and they'll have it distressed and they'll call it battle worn. This one was actually, he gigged with this for 6 years, I think he said, before he replaced it with a Heritage, which is a pretty high-end type of Les Paul. Anyhow, this is the it was a Les Paul Future. Now it's a custom, more like a studio model now. But anyhow, really, really enjoying that one. And because I'm a big AC/DC fan, I also had to get another Gibson. Oh, there's the light. This one is an SG. Oh, if I can get it in the middle. There we go. And this is more the lower end. They called this the faded, so the wood finish is a bit more raw, and it's more of a satin finish instead of a high gloss finish. And trying to think, is there anything? I don't think anything's been upgraded on this one. This is more your base model, whereas the Les Paul has got some pretty significant little upgrades in it. So anyhow, I've been having a blast trying to learn how to play these. I'm not doing too well yet. If I could actually play these better, I'd play something for you, but I can't. So, but I'm getting there. I'm putting the work in. I'm getting there. Nathan, good to see you. I don't recall seeing that name before, so I got to tell you, this is a little different than the way the show normally goes here, in that typically we are reviewing, we're going back over everything that's been published in the last week and looking at, and then we shift gears and look at what's coming. And I've been slack or busy or both and haven't published anything in the last week, so nothing to talk about there. Giving a little preview of the two new guitars that I have purchased recently. That, you know, I may end up doing some reviews on that. Look at that. I have successfully stalled long enough that we have Jason outside the Taekwondo Dojang, and it says Jeremy, but I only see Jeremy.
She's here.
Good. I didn't want to seem too let down, so that kind of saves me, I think. All right. Well, welcome. I don't know if you guys happen to hear anything so far, but I have been otherwise occupied and haven't published anything. So hey, let there be light. You're supposed to say that first.
I didn't want to interrupt. You were so into it.
I know. So what do you guys have going on? I know it looked like you've got two things that are about to publish, Jeremy.
Yep. We have, what all did you put up? Because she did all the work. I'm not going to lie.
I did the media rail from Molly Platform Solutions and Shackles.
The Autobot Shackles.
Autobot Shackles, yeah.
Right. So every time you look at that, do you say roll out?
I did. When I was typing everything up, I was like, oh, this is the coolest shit ever.
Yeah. That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing those. And we'll circle back. I want to say hi to we nodded to Jason and then immediately moved on. So I want to circle back. Jason sent me a cool picture a little while ago. So what do you want to talk about, Jason?
Well, I got that care package. So the tent is awesome. That thing is ginormous. I can't imagine the other tents that you were dealing with, because the 203 is a lot larger than I thought it would be. My wife was pleasantly surprised to see the tent in the yard while I was power washing it. They quickly asked me how long I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, was that the front yard here?
That's the front yard.
Excellent. All right, and I'm sharing the screen
to the beach.
I'm sharing the screen so everyone can see your new tent in the front yard too.
But
I feel like we should have got.
I took a break from working on the new truck and was cleaning up the tent. For anyone that buys a truck from Gov Planet, every time I look at my truck, I realize something else that's missing. It's an endless scavenger hunt.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And that's, if you're only finding one thing at a time, then, it's going to last a while. But typically with those, you get a new truck from the auction and you could easily get overwhelmed with how much you have to do, even on a truck that's in good condition, and you got to scream and deal because yours needed a little bit more.
Such a good
interesting. I was lying underneath my truck looking up at the steering and suspension that was not connected and trying to figure out what goes where and what was missing. And then it occurred to me that the steering gears were gone. And, so another high dollar part that is missing. But at least now I know what I need.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Family obligations for the pickle. That is an acceptable excuse. I'll allow it. Okay. Huge crowd today. Yeah. So, and you're here early, G23. That's interesting. I mentioned that I created, normally I create the link several weeks in advance, I'll create like the next 2 months worth of shows. I'll schedule them, get all the links together, update the email that has all the links in it, the calendar entry, I mean, and then we're good for a couple months. But the last few, I've been creating them an hour or 3 before the show. Well, today, high school wrestling has started, and I'm one of the coaches for the high school team here. I'm at practice, and my phone starts beeping at me, and it's the warning that the show starts soon. And I'm like, I haven't even created the link yet. So I went out, hopped in the Humvee, did the 4 wheels spinning all the way out of the parking lot, as far as you know, and drove home. Got it all fired up like right as the show was supposed to start. So I made it hard for people to join us on time. Jeremy has his beard coloring updated. Do you?
He's starting
First
to
off-
evenly age.
No, so first off, I've never once used any product.
That's what I was thinking.
I was actually bitching the other day because it looked like it was turning more white.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so just this week, it's like evened out. I don't know if I'm getting my plucking on just in the right place. But
Either that or you just can't keep up with the plucking.
shut up.
Well, that's what I started doing. Is every hair that came in that was gray, I'd just pull it out. You see where that gets you.
It works.
It's a different look, definitely.
When you were talking about how you created your link, that would explain why it says March 31st.
Yes, it would.
He went in there,
because I updated.
it's not right. I'm like, it's got to be. It's only one he's got.
Right. Well, and normally when I update the calendar entry, I'll change the date. I just completely forgot. And I'll put in the StreamYard link for people to join the show, and then the YouTube and the Facebook links for people who want to watch it. All 3 of them. This time, I deleted the other 2, just did the StreamYard. Yeah, I was in a hurry. Yeah, that was, I'm sleeping on the job. What can I say? I got a couple fancy guitars, and I've been sitting around playing them and saying, screw it to everything else.
I have to say that being on Facebook has actually been helpful because that's kind of what happened to us.
That's how we remembered.
We were in there ready to settle down into a night of TV and scrolling through Facebook, and Jeff's mug popped up there, and we're like, oh, shit.
That's what people usually do when they see me. That's amazing. They just don't tell me normally.
Well, you know us. We're all out.
So again, I want to thank Righton Optics, because without them, we would have only been on YouTube and you wouldn't have seen us. But they kicked in the fundage to upgrade us to be able to multicast so that we're on both Facebook and YouTube. So they really did us a solid and helped us out there.
Nice.
All right, Jason, I want to go back to the tent. You said it was bigger than you expected. Do you anticipate having any issues getting it, in and out of the truck, getting it set up, that kind of thing?
Well, I set it up on myself today, so no one wanted to help me, which so I feel your pain literally, because I know you were doing that with a lot of tents.
Yeah.
It is too big for what I wanted to use it for. I was going to take it to the beach. And I feel that if I bring that to the beach, I will be asked to leave. And some people put up small tents. You're technically not allowed to have any tents that are off your vehicle. And I'm pretty sure that since it's twice the size of my truck, they will have something to say. But yeah, so it's it'll clean up nice. I can't wait to go camping in it.
Okay. I'm sure you'll find a way to make it work. And I actually kind of wonder if you set it up and pull the truck like halfway under it and strap it to the truck, if they'd buy that it's like an extendable awning type thing. Probably not, but I don't know. I'm thinking out loud.
Pretty good, and everybody loves the truck. And so I'm already probably pushing my luck.
Gotcha. All right. You never know where the boundaries are if you don't push, right?
I would just like to point out, guys, that entire conversation sounded like one big penis joke. If you watch this back, just listening, you'll get it. You'll see it.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the show tomorrow and listen because I completely missed it.
It's there.
All right. Is he gonna learn smoke on the water like every first time guitar player does? Maybe. I'm more like AC/DC. If you learn 3 power chords, you can play anything from AC/DC. I know 2 of them, so I'm getting there. All right. I bought the SG just because that's like the stereotypical AC/DC guitar. So, like, what the hell? I'm going to buy it. What's another $800, right?
So, office?
What's that?
Do you have a new office?
So I just put the backdrop up. I've had this backdrop. I have black, I have white, I have a green screen and a big frame and 3 lights that I can put in different places. And I've been playing with different lighting setups. I don't really like it. It seems too cluttered what I've had in the background before. I don't like this either. But as it is right now, the light that I wanted to use, I wasn't able to plug it in before the show started, so I just flipped a different one on. It's a little too bright. I don't like it. I have a blue light behind me that's supposed to be this blue glow coming up behind me, but this one's too bright. Maybe if I turn
back there.
Maybe if I turn it a little more.
So you're in the same room. It's just now it's flashing.
Yeah, the strobe. That's the blue light special signal.
Yeah, that's not
aisle 7.
Aisle 7. Clean up on aisle 7.
Blue light special on aisle 7.
Backdrop then, right?
If you hold up a newspaper, it'll look like a proof of life video.
There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or a beheading.
Yeah. If you guys have any suggestions on how to make a better backdrop, I've had, like, behind this white backdrop is my gun rack, and that's what I've had as the backdrop. And when I was just doing the Gear Report shows, I loved it because I had various different types of guns across it and guns across the top. But I've been doing some backpacking shows as well on for a different group, and the guns weren't really the appropriate backdrop. So I was taking the guns off and putting backpacking gear up there. It's like, it's too cluttered. I don't like it. So I'm trying to figure out a better backdrop, and I haven't got there yet.
Have you thought about having a Gear Report backdrop printed?
Glad you said that, because I was supposed to send some money to Dutchware so that they can make me some banners, and I forgot to do that.
Yeah, so like a Gear Report banner or a backdrop of that sort of.
Yeah, and I've got something here that this is
last week.
This is not as good looking. It's very plain, but I used the vinyl cutter and cut the heat transfer vinyl for this, and then you may have noticed in some of the shows from the gathering, this was hanging off the front bumper of the Battlewagon 3. So while it's out there on display, we had Gear Report on it, but this is what I was able to put together for like $6 an hour before I left for that show. And let's see here. Did you order from Dutch? No. So what I need to do is, we got the quote from Dutchware. I need to look at a couple other options and see what they'll cost, and then figure out which direction I need to go. And I've been distracted trying to figure out if I want to learn smoke on the water or something else. And I don't know. So anyhow, I need to figure something else for a better backdrop. TJ, you may remember, has got the big color Gear Report logo. His banner's awesome. I need to get one of those, or have Dutch print one or something. I hadn't figured that out yet. Let's see, 2 cores. You're set for any Green Day song. That's awesome. All right. Sound like Dookie. I got you. Firearms are appropriate for everything. Yeah, I don't know they're necessarily inappropriate, but I'm trying to stay with the theme for whatever show I'm on. I want to have the right theme for it. Oh, people being friendly. All right, good. Buck, I'm not gonna go show Buck's pictures for privacy reasons, but he has posted. If you know gun loving grandpa Buck, you can go see some knives that he got at the Wanamaker gun show a couple days ago. He got a few Damascus knives with combination bone and wood handles and pretty cool stuff. And yeah, Chris said 24 by 20, a little 2x2 banner that Pickle has that he's taken to some events as well. So yeah, we got a lot of different options for ways we can brand stuff. And this design is what we have used. This is a magnet that I had made. I've got a few of these. So that's basically the idea with the banner is I want, something like this behind me.
I think that would look much better than the other logo that you had up there.
Yeah, it's plain, but
sticker.
What's that?
I still need my Gear Report sticker.
Crap. I found those probably 2-3 weeks ago. I went to get something out of the box that all of those envelopes are in. And as I'm digging through the box, I'm like, what are all these envelopes for? Oh, I never mailed any of these. So all of the stickers for all the different Gear Report contributors, I sent everyone the cups, the big double wall stainless cups. And I custom cut stickers for everyone and got busy and forgot to send them. So I'm going to have to do that. Still need a Gear Report patch. I think everyone needs a Gear Report patch, but I am a little biased. Let's see. Problem solved. Ah, there we go. Nice. All right. So you should do a review on that Elite Survival Systems Stealth Takedown Backpack. Which I'm sure he will, and he'll probably publish it on Defense Dad's YouTube channel. You could publish it on Gear Report too if you like. That's up to you. All right. So let's see. What else shall we talk about? Jason, you said you got the care package. You've been through everything. Do you have an ETA? If you had to make a guess, based on what you've found so far, the parts you have on hand, what you've revealed, how long do you think you will drive your new truck?
That is a very good question. I believe July.
And where are we now? We're April, May, June, July. That's you got a lot to do. That's going to be keeping moving, but good. That sounds very doable. That's good.
Lots of parts still missing, but a lot of I just tracked down a smart box, and I think I've found a 200 amp alternator.
Nice.
And so I'll get rid of the 400 amp load anchor.
Oh yeah, that's a monstrosity.
I feel like it's an aggressive schedule because I am working like crazy. So I'm leaving again tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow.
I've only had probably about 5 days since I've gotten the truck to play with it. And
wow.
Every day I do one thing, and normally is nothing good, but I do something.
It's another thing off the list. That's how you do it. Knock it out one thing at a time. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how that progresses. Let's see. For Karami, I saw a picture. Wasn't it from like a Toyota group or something? No, it was Spartan talking about we have more than Toyotas here, and here's Bella, the main Jeep, and wow, Bella's looking kind of ripped now.
There's a little bit of what you call behind that. There's a
like Toyota and Jeep have a rivalry. The Tacomas and the Wranglers.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they don't get along. So we're actually going to probably print up some shirts or decals that say "All rigs matter." And
well, there's an ulterior motive, or there's a reason that they posted that, because they primarily kind of cater to the Toyota group,
Right.
and so because Bella has been seen with them on several occasions, they threw Bella in there because they have another big announcement coming out in the next, I don't know how soon they'll announce it, and I can't blow it for them. So,
oh, sure you can.
Basically, they're testing the waters with the Toyota people with the Wrangler to make sure that the Toyota people aren't going to totally hate them when they come out with this big surprise in a week.
Here's the deal. With social media, hate can fuel so many views, so many comments. The comments,
Yeah.
Really feed distribution.
Yeah.
Which gets more views, which gets more comments, which gets more distribution. So yeah, I think they're onto something.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's how Bella got put in the spotlight all of a sudden. And we appreciate it because they took the time to mention Down South Off-Road and Outdoor. So not quite.
what me?
He's talking about Spartan. No, not quite. It's Lady Spartan has made a change. So
Interesting.
and it's been quite heartbreaking to Mr. Spartan. So they had to test the waters with Bella.
But if crowd, I'll fill you guys in on something. So the guy that does Spartan Overland, he's actually designed every single logo that we've ever done. He was in the Marines, and he went straight out of the Marines to art school.
Oh, this is his most recent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her
for
new
my
logo.
new logo for my business. This is the most recent.
Nice.
So, but anyway, so he does all the media for Hendrick Motorsports, videos, artwork, marketing. So like when you watch his YouTube channel, we go on the same trips, we film the same footage, but when you watch our version of the trip compared to his version of the trip, it's literally like watching PBS versus History Channel with funding. So it's just super neat to see the two different takes of the exact same trip. Like his will give you cold chills. Ours just makes you think we're slightly retarded. So it's just different. Check out his channel, Spartan Overland.
We'll plug your channel just in case anyone didn't know.
Well, hopefully.
Down South Off-Road and Outdoor. Be sure and check us out on YouTube.
We put up 3 reviews in 2 days.
Yeah.
So
we're
starting to rock.
There you go.
Jeff, I will be honest, by the way. I did send the upcoming name of our Streamlight review to Streamlight to make sure it was okay that it's called that. And I told her, if it's not, I can change it.
Yeah. Did you get a response yet?
Well, she emailed me earlier today, and so I just emailed her back. So I'll probably get it tomorrow.
Good.
How many of your contributors have to get an okay just on the title before we can move forward?
More than you would think.
Okay, we're good.
Nice.
And I don't feel so bad.
We felt weird about it.
Do we constantly have to check in to know whether or not we're okay?
Yeah. It happens. It's certainly not unheard of. Overachievers. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, pushing the limit. Hate, I think that's hate breeds passion, and that's true. Yeah. Yep.
What I think too, Chris.
That is no, I'm not even going to say that.
What is it someone once said? If you have to ask for permission, you probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I got an email talking about stuff that's upcoming, neat stuff, and continuing to change gears all over the place. So we already looked at a couple guitars. So I do need some feedback on whether I should add any kind of guitar gear reviews at all, because I don't know a lot about it. So if I do, it's going to be very beginner level stuff. So leave a comment if you have any thoughts on that. I can't decide if I even want to go down that road or not. It might be nice to have something that I do that I don't actually write about and feel like I have to take pictures and video all the time. But
Right.
it could also be interesting and bring in a little bit more diverse audience as well. I don't know. But anyhow, all right, so we got that. We got some big stuff coming up on the Humvee front. The Denton Military Vehicle Show is it next weekend? Like not in a couple days, but the weekend after that? I believe it is. Oh, it is. Yeah, like next Thursday, I believe, is when I'm going to head. So 8 days from now, I'm going to head down to Denton, spend a couple days there. And then I actually have to come back Saturday for a few hours for a Sea Scout event and then go back to the show. If you're going to be around for that, if you're in Central North Carolina or have access to a jet, not that I'm pointing any fingers here, but you're welcome to come down to Denton, North Carolina, and join us for that. Check out all the cool stuff there. So that's going to be cool. I'll do lots of military vehicle walk around videos. I'll go ride around with some people, see if they'll let me drive their stuff. Maybe that's what the theme is going to be, is seeing who I can talk into letting me drive their cool military vehicle stuff. Maybe that'll be the series I do for this one. I don't know. So that's coming up. I've got a bunch of backpacking content coming because I got the big backpacking trip in June. We are getting into wrestling season, so I reposted some of our wrestling gear content today. I don't know that I'm going to do any more of that this season. Let's see what other cool stuff is coming up. Oh, it's warming up and my foot is healing, so I think I'm going to be able to sail again soon. I'm going to post some sailing stuff for Joyrider TV, and I may even post some on Gear Report. But the big daddy, the one that I heard from a day or two ago, was Maxim Defense. Said they're the guy that does the books for them, the FFL books, said, hey, I don't have your SOT on this email, which means they're ready to send the PDX SBR and silencer combination, which I'll be reviewing whenever it shows up. So that's a big one that's coming. I don't know that I think I've seen one or two people who've reviewed the 300 Blackout PDX. Maybe as a pistol, maybe as an SBR. I'm not sure. We'll be real kind of bleeding edge on getting our hands on that, though. So I'm pretty excited about that. I sent a note to Taurus to see if we can get some review guns coming from them. And we're waiting on Daniel Defense to send something and a few others. So there is so much stuff coming. I need to put the guitars down and actually do some work because it's really getting backed up. So anyhow, yeah, that's all the stuff I've got coming. Anyone else have cool stuff coming you want to talk about?
We've got Streamlight coming up, and it's going to be there'll be 3 products reviewed at once.
Okay.
What do we have? I thought we had.
I mean, we don't have anything super exciting. We have a few things that we're still trying to catch up on because we had a ton of gear that's just been piling up and piling up and piling up. And so finally I was like, we got to do something. So I actually was going to message you today, Jeff, and be like, I don't care what he says. Do not offer him anything else until we get all our shit caught up. He doesn't need it until we're caught up because we're so far behind.
See, I was feeling bad that I hadn't been really watching for stuff for you guys.
I've been thankful because we've done those 3 reviews this week, and we easily have all that camping gear.
Yeah, we've easily got enough for 5 more reviews.
Yeah.
Well, I felt bad. There have been a couple things that you've purchased and reviewed, and when I saw them, I was like, ooh, I could have sent those.
All right. Okay. You know what? That's our fault for not being on top of our game and getting our shit out. So once we get our stuff out, then it's okay again. Because like I said, we're behind, and there's some stuff that's like really late, and yeah.
But this is something that I'm glad we're talking about. Anyone out there who wants to get into this, who wants to do reviews, let me know. We can help you to get started. And something I tell everyone when they start with reviewing gear is it is a blast. It is fun. You can really have a good time doing this. But at some point, everyone gets too much stuff in the queue, and then you start feeling the weight of all this stuff kind of like, oh, it robs a little of the joy out of it. So you have to kind of actively manage your queue.
I remember you telling me that in the very beginning when we first jumped in and we were like balls to the walls doing like review after review after review. And I remember you telling us, hey, just settle down, don't get overwhelmed, take it, you know, just
I'm
one or
pretty
two.
sure what you said was, what you talk about, Willis?
Exactly.
Like, huh?
It's a lot of fun. We got this. And now I see that big box of shit sitting there and I'm like, when are we going to get to that? So, yeah. So I'm hoping that after the next 2 weeks, because we've made it a firm like commitment to get to it and get it done. So.
All right. I'm trying to catch up on notes here. Got a toy that takes Ruger or Glock mags. Aren't Glock mags supposed to be cheap? I don't know. I haven't bought mags in a while. I'm only seeing a $5 difference. Glock mags tend to be a bit more ubiquitous, and I think that keeps the prices up since they can be used in so many different things. Gun Mag Warehouse is a good place to get them, though. That's where I tend to have the best luck, and we got a great relationship with them. So that's where Gun Mag Warehouse or Brownells or maybe PSA or those are the folks I would reach out to if I were looking for mags. SGM Tactical Mags. Don't know those. Let's see. That's where he's looking. Good. 15 should be in back ready to start. Don't know what that means. I'm down to talk about it. Hobo Jeff. All right. Check out who shaved today. Yep, just for the show. As far as you guys know, I shaved. All right. Hobo Jeff. Come on. Where's the Hobo Jason? Because he has a tent in his front yard, okay? And he needs to shave. So we can talk about Jason's Hobo Village now, which I think looked kind of cool, actually. Wow, okay. All right. I think some of that mag discussion I got lost on, but hopefully that will sort itself out because I haven't been looking for mags too much lately. All right. Anything else anyone wants to talk about before we shut her down? I thought this was going to be like a 4-minute show tonight. We've been 42 minutes, so I'm somewhat impressed.
We got worried when we seen you on Facebook and you're all by yourself. We're like, oh shit,
we gotta
go save Jeff.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's better than last week, though. If you hadn't watched last week's show, you should go watch it because there was drama last week.
Really?
There was cussing and dropping out of the stream, and
this week. Everybody's like, F that, I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what happened. We had a little fallout. Ghost and I had some words on the show, and he took off right before I was about to kick him out. He took off, and then he was at the Wanamaker show. So I should probably reach out at some point and say, "Hey,
we good?
Ready to talk yet?" Because I'm sure we're still cool, but the way the conversation was going wasn't working, and it came to a bit of a head. So if you want to see what happened, you'll have to go watch last week's show.
We're going to.
There was some drama. There were some F-bombs dropped, and there was an angry stomping off into the green room, not to return. So, yeah, that was kind of fun. You have a Hobo Warehouse, so that makes your Hobo Jeff. Okay, I'll buy that. And so if anyone didn't see, I posted, we have a sale going on at Jeff's Hobo Village Warehouse. We're to call it what did I call it? Anyway, I gave it it was the stimulus check sale, right? Because everyone should be getting their stimulus money. I would like it. Yeah. So I have discounted the tents that we have left in order to move them quickly. And I'll tell you what, they are almost, who am I kidding? They're not even close. Jason being the first person to buy got the absolute best deal. And I hope that it's the best deal anyone gets because he got a smoking deal. Anyone who buys now is going to get the second best deal, unless they buy in huge volume, and then I'm willing to give them a deal comparable to Jason's.
You say huge volume, so you're saying you still have a lot on hand?
I have enough that I can sell huge volumes. I have a deal I'm working on now to sell 5 of the 305 tents, and those are the 18 by 25s. So Jason just got. We heard him talk about. Oh, it's so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. 14 by 15. I'm talking about an 18 by 25. These things, the 305, the Basex HGT Basex 305s are absolutely massive. Please be careful, Jason. A ninja has snuck up behind you in your vehicle. I'm getting a little worried. Just so you know. Anyhow, the sale prices are posted out there. If you hit Gear Report and you look up HDT Basex tents or tents for sale or tent for sale or 305 or anything like that in the search blank, you will find them. You'll get a smoking deal, and everyone will be happy. All right, what else we have here?
Hey, Jeff, it's not so much the dimensions of the tent, it's the height. I was surprised how high up that tent is. It's a lot taller than I thought it was. When you had
it's crazy how big they are, really.
Yeah.
So, well, and as big as it is,
warehouse is such a large space.
Oh, the warehouse is huge. Jeremy, come on. You must have been something else in middle school. I'm telling you.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, Jeremy, for joining us. Thank you, Jason, as well. Good luck with the Ninja, by the way. We're going to shut her down for now. We will be back. Here's what I'm going to promise you, people. Next week's show, we're going to have more content to talk about. I've got at least 4 things ready to publish, some more things in the queue. We'll have at least 4 different reviews to talk about by the show next week. And I'll even get the links out early so people aren't caught at the last minute. But hey, until next time,